Welcome to Scale with Clarity, the podcast for entrepreneurs who are building a business and a life that actually feels good. I'm Brooke Cunninger, fractional CFO, strategist, and mom of three, and I've learned that scaling isn't just about hitting revenue milestones. It's about finding alignment between your big vision and your everyday reality. Each week, you'll hear honest conversations with founders who are redefining success on their own terms. We'll talk about the pivots, the aha moments, and the tough decisions behind the scenes. Plus, the surprising ways entrepreneurship becomes the greatest personal growth journey of all. Whether you're dreaming of leaving corporate, navigating the messy middle, or trying to grow without burning out, this show is here to help you scale with more clarity, confidence, and ease. Because building a business should expand you, not deplete you. Let's scale with clarity together.
People will sometimes, it's usually one of two. So it's either they are recently promoted and they're wanting to show up in a way that feels really authentic and confident. And they come from this place of, I usually feel really confident and capable, and I'm quaking a little bit from the shift. It's more visibility, which is what I meant at the top of our conversation.
Yep.
More eyes are on them. And so they're starting to feel overwhelmed by that. And
they notice that.
they can feel it, and they lean into what I call proving energy, where they're constantly leaning in. It's like the Tracy flick, if anybody remembers Election, with the arm raised constantly.
Yeah.
And the majority of the types of humans that I work with are absolutely wired for school type personality, meaning that we were programmed very early on that fast wins. Like whoever has the fastest answer is the smartest person in the room.
Yep.
So our nervous system then is like super jacked up on top of all the other reasons it's jacked up. And there's something in you that's realizing this isn't sustainable. And they almost can't articulate it. But once we get into the program and they have a chance to just pause for a second, what we start unpacking, the first thing we work on is understanding our brain and neuroscience and nervous system regulation. So it's like, okay, there is a lot of fear about me slowing down, but there's a cognitive dissonance because there's a big part of me that knows I need to, but I'm scared to. So that takes a bit of time. And then once they're able to settle into that, then we start with specific practices that are really science-backed, that incorporate the creative arts and the performing arts, so it intersects art and science, and they're able to show up in a way that feels truly authentically more themselves, and they understand energy in the least woo way, right? It's science. They get it. They're like, "Oh, I am showing up differently." People are saying, "I'm noticing a difference in how you're presenting." Yeah.
And what I'm hearing,
Really cool.
I read, there's so much out now too, and just about like whole authentic leadership, and people are really craving that from their leaders and stuff. And that's what I'm getting from you is exactly what, like, people may come, like the purchase with you may be because like a very specific thing that they think they need to, they've gotten feedback or they feel themselves being held back. But so importantly, what you really cover is the whole of that. Like, and I have to imagine that the impact is so much broader because once you know yourself and you can slow down and you can speak with clarity and you kind of speak from authenticity and where you are, I feel like, at least for me, I naturally gravitate to those people as leaders, or I want to hear more from them. So I have to imagine that it's a whole, like,
well, that's executive presence. Like when people talk about executive presence, which I think is still out there for sure, although I do think that's a bit more of a boomer kind of phrase, leadership presence. Like that sense of presence is what this is. That's what
like
people are
knowing
noticing.
yourself.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. It's being able to, instead of lean in, like I always say, Sheryl Sandberg did a great thing about having us all lean in and at the same time, there's a time to lean in and there's a time to lean back. And the more internally you can intuitively sense, like, and trust yourself, like, it's actually a time for me to lean back right now. That often shows this sense of inner confidence and trust that people can sense.
Yes. And they want to lean in and help support that more too. Like, I want to
Well, they
support
want to
them.
be around it more.
Yes, who
That's more than anything.
isn't reactive, who knows themselves enough to say, I can make a decision in this, or I'm going to bring in the expert, like just really confident in that aspect. And it doesn't mean you need to have all the answers or know everything, but it's just, that's exactly where it starts, with knowing yourself.
Yeah.
So